Hello, good people of YouTube. Sealord here, and today we have some news that's not going to be that pleasant for a lot of players. For a couple of reasons. One, we are finally being told in full of how the Smolensk will be coming back for the Black Friday event, and a certain dreaded submarine is coming to the game finally after being announced, I think, almost 2 years ago now at this point. So, link to this dev blog will be in the description down below if you want to read along as I read aloud here. So let's go ahead and get into it. So they say, new ships distribution methods. We'd like to provide you with details about the resources to be used to acquire upcoming ships. In the future updates, you will have the opportunity to anchor several new ships in your port for free. We'd like to tell you what in-game resources some of them will be available for. Tier 10 Soviet cruiser Smolensk B will become available for coal in one of the upcoming auctions. At the same time, Smolensk will also return in the same auction for doubloons. So, yeah, Smolensk B. I'm kind of torn on this one because I originally thought they were going to put Smolensk B in the auction for doubloons because it's a highly sought after ship. It is a terrifying ship to be on the receiving end of. Now, she has been nerfed quite a bit since her glory days, right? But it's still not a ship you want to find yourself the center of attention of from her captain. So I figured they were going to put it in the auction for doubloons, but no, coal. So it's like, okay, cool, you can get the Smolensk B potentially for free if you have a lot of coal laying around. And on the surface, it's like, okay, cool, it's going to be a coal auction. So, if you have some coal laying around, you can put up like twice the amount of what a coal ship goes for, which is like 500,000 coal, which would probably net you it. Yeah, but there is something else going on there. There's a lot of players that have a ton of coal laying around that probably don't have the Smolensk. The inflation of in-game resources is very much a thing. So I'm willing to bet that the Smolensk B is probably going to go for like 600,000 to 700,000 coal. Now, Grant, you do have until November, the third week in November, to get your coal ready and get your coal stores up. So if you do like everything between now and then, you can probably, again, depending upon what events pop up and how hard you're going after this coal, you could probably get 100,000, maybe 200,000 coal in the time frame. Again, just thinking about like ranked and the events and the dockyard still going on, so you can probably get a fair amount of coal between now and then. But like, again, you've got those guys that have been playing the game for years that maybe didn't pick up Smolensk back in the day. Now they want Smolensk B and they see, oh, coal, and I have a literal mountain of coal in my port that I'm not using. So I don't think newer players are really going to be able to get their hands on the Smolensk B. However, the Smolensk returning for doubloons is just, we're giving what's their New Year bonuses in time, huh? Yeah, good lord. So, the thing is, there is going to be players that want the Smolensk and not the Smolensk B. They don't want the silly B behind the Smolensk name. And you might be thinking, well, who cares? It's a silly letter that doesn't change anything about the ship. And there's no difference between the Smolensk B and the Smolensk. It's quite literally the same ship, the same parameters. Nothing's different, except the Smolensk B comes with a cool black camo and it says B behind Smolensk. But there are definitely players out there that are going to throw hundreds of dollars worth of doubloons at the game just because they want the Smolensk, not the Smolensk B. So, man, I don't know if it's going to be more than the Musashi. I think it actually might be for the reputation that it has. Musashi is a good seal clubber when you're top tier at tier 9, but when you get double up tier to the super ship games, it kind of suffers a little bit. Smolensk, on the other hand, she's got that reputation for being absolutely outright broken, as most of you guys are aware of. So there's going to be dudes that are going to throw like $600-700 at the Smolensk in the auction just to get her. So yeah. On one hand, I think it's cool that they are offering a version of the ship in the auction that's technically for free, but I doubt, the average Joe will have much of a chance of getting it. And they have the full-on version that they're auctioning off for doubloons. So, yeah, I mean, again, it is an optional thing. You're not really... Like, yes, it's a Smolensk. It's a good ship, but there are better ships in game today, right? It's not the crazy ship that it once was. It's not 19 kilometer Smolensk with the crazy reload. You can't do that anymore. You can go out to 16 kilometers and it has a slower reload because you have to take the range mod to get it out to 16 kilometers. Now, it is still a very good ship, but I don't think you're really missing on much. It's certainly not worth dumping several $100s into the game to get, in my opinion. And if you have the coal laying around and you want to shoot your shot for the coal version, I think that's the way to go. And a lot of people will go that way, which is why I think the price is going to be pretty high on it. But I guess we'll see how that goes. Now, the next ship on this list is a ship that many have been dreading coming to the game, and that is the infamous U-4501, the premium tier 10 German sub. This was the first premium tier 10 sub announced, but, well, no, I guess it's technically not a premium because it's a coal ship, but it was the first, special premium resource ship, whatever you want to call it, at tier 10. Now she's coming out for coal, and if you are new around here, you might be thinking, what's so bad about the U-4501? Well, I'm glad you asked. This boat, I'm sorry, I got about mauled by people in the comments on the Gato video earlier in this week because I called the Gato a ship instead of a boat. But then when I also, use that term boat in regards to like smaller ships in the game, people want to stab me because it's a ship or whatever. The flotation device is quite cracked back in the day when she was originally announced back in June of, I think, 2019 or 2020. Her top speed underwater was 41 knots. 41 knots underwater. Imagine a Georgia submerged. That's how fast this thing is going. Although they have nerfed its speed down to a much slower 30, I think it's 35, 36, 37 knots now. So, yeah. So you have a submarine now that's going to go 37 knots, which players exaggerate a lot when they say that submarines are outrunning their DDs. When realistically underwater, I think most of the submarines in the game right now, they top out. The fast ones top out at, I think, 18, 19 knots, which is under half of what a lot of tier 10 DDs go. But the 4501 will legitimately be outrunning a decent number of tier 10 DDs. Once you get like the commanders and skills and modules in there, you will, I think, still be going like 40 knots underwater, which is stupid. It is incredibly stupid. Now, they have nerfed her in other ways. I believe they've nerfed her torpedoes, and it's they increase the arming range, they decrease the overall range, they've messed with the ping a lot. It's been stuck in dev hell for quite some time now, the 4501. So it's still fast. But again, the last change I saw to its speed and that I could find digging up information for this video is that it got nerfed from 41 to 37 knots. So it's still stupidly fast underwater, but the torpedoes are kind of from what I've seen. Again, there's been so many changes. It's kind of like the Sevastopol and the Kitakami. They spent quite some time in dev hell. Again, this ship was literally announced in 2020 or 2021, I think. So, but yeah, it's a coal ship. So that's going to be interesting. It's a free tier 10 submarine. That's, yeah. It's small too. It's really small submarines, which is really weird. So it's a small submarine, yet it's one of the fastest submarines in games submerged, which Okay, that makes sense. There's less room for engines and, well, I guess, submarines are powered by batteries underwater, so Hans is just freaking cranking it on his stationary bike in the back underwater, I guess. Yeah, sure, physics, whatever, wargaming. It's gonna be one of the ships of all times, one of the boats of all times, I must say. So, I mean, what else? What else are they going to do at Tier 10? We've already had essentially hybrid submarines confirmed, at least for now, with the way that things are going with the Russian and the main client dev blogs. So at this point, it's just like, it can't possibly be worse than that, right? Right. But I guess we'll see when it comes out. And what's really funny is that they announced that the Laria, which is the Tier 10 Italian battle cruiser with 18-inch SAP, is going to be available for steel. Like, yes, thank you. You said that already, Wargaming, in the update notes. That's going to be available for steel after the ridiculous 32,000 steel price tag gets removed. Okay. Hopefully I'll have enough steel for the Laria by the time it comes out. It's probably going to come out, I think, around Christmas or sometime in January, methinks, given the time scale that we're looking at here. But yeah, fellas, so they're cashing in with the Smolensk. The 4501's finally getting kicked out into the live version of the game. Things gonna be absolutely cooking it underwater with that ridiculous speed. It's gonna look so stupid going that fast underwater. If you played submarines, when you submerge, it's very slow pace, because again, you're going like the high tier ones like 15 to 16 knots, 18 in some cases underwater, which that is dead slow by this game's scale, right? And then this thing is going to just whiz on by at darn near like time and a half the speed of these submarines. So, oh god, it's going to be so dumb. But anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Hope you guys enjoyed today's dev blog video. If you did, make sure to drop a like, leave a comment. Also, check your comments from not last week's, 2 weeks ago, the Monday video for the 50k giveaway. I had to put a pause on giving out the rewards because I needed more money. I had to wait for the next YouTube ad revenue check to hit, but it has hit, and we're back to giving away the prizes. We've got 3 more to give away. I've messaged one of you in that video. I'm just waiting to hear back from you. So yep, make sure you check your comments, your notifications, and all that stuff, guys. Hope you guys have a great Friday and a great weekend. Hope to catch you guys in the next one.